Funding provided by...
You work hard to feed them well. That's why at Fairway, we're committed to our foundation of personalized service while treating our customers like family and valuing our employees. Fairway Meat and Grocery, that's what we're all about.
By Muscle Lighting, the sports lighting specialists, providing lighting systems for you, your project, and your community.
Small businesses are the backbone of Iowa's communities, and they are backed by Iowa banks. With advice, loans, and financial services, banks across Iowa are committed to showing small businesses the way to a stronger tomorrow. Learn more at iowabankers.com.
Dallas Center-Grimes takes on the champion, the Waverly-Shell Rock Go-Hawks. Hi again, everyone, with Justin Borster. This is BJ Shaven. Here we go, game number 2 of the day, and what a dynamite matchup. It's a repeat from a year ago, but roles might have been reversed here, Justin.
Yes, I believe so, because DCG are an attacking force. Waverly-Shell Rock are now playing a little more defensive, losing Kenzie Rowling, but they're finding a way to win, and that's why they're here today.
Well, let's take a look at the Go-Hawks, as their resume is quite impressive. Defending champion, as we mentioned, they finally cracked the ice on that last year. Only loss this season was the season opener to Dallas Center-Grimes. They've got some outstanding seniors led by Macy Smith, tough player, along with Caitlin Egena in net, who's been very strong all season long. Now, on the other side for Dallas Center-Grimes, they were runners-up. This is their 4th time in a championship game. They got 7 starters back from last year's team, and it's the first time they've ever entered the state tournament unbeaten. And they've got Avery Corshing. Whew, she can do it all. She can score, and she can pass. Let's turn it over to Rex Baker to get introduced to the teams.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Cownie Soccer Complex for the 2022 Iowa Girls State Soccer Tournament and this 2A championship game between the Go-Hawks of Waverly-Shell Rock and the Mustangs from Dallas Center-Grimes. And now let's meet the teams. First, the non-starters for the visiting team, the Go-Hawks. Number 1, Addie Harm. Number 4, Jalen Kent. Number 5, Natalie Burton. Number 8, Amelia Abden. Number 11, Lillian Stowe. Number 13, Kennedy Whites. Number 14, Emma Smith. Number 15, Kaylee Herval. Number 16, Cameron Umthun. Number 17, Addie Jewell. And number 20, Amber Hoth. Assistant coaches for the Go-Hawks, Danielle Stephen, Corinne Hyman, and Zoe Campbell. And now let's meet the non-starter for the home team, the Mustangs. Number 1, Alex Hoffbauer. Number 3, Landry Glasgow. Number 5, Neela Williamson. Number 6, Kaylin Bill. Number 8, Addie Hansen. Number 13, Safe Ribbit. Number 17, Caroline White. Number 18, Emma Beckendorf. Number 22, Ellie Jermeyer. Number 24, Emma Soljic. And number 37, Kylie Albright. Assistant coaches for the Mustangs, Mark Bennett and Jeff Kane. And now let's meet the starters for the Hawks. Number 0, Egna. Number 2, Mort Ike. Number 3, Gab Hover. Number 6, Annika Barron. Number 7, Sydney Beenham. Number 9, Gracie App. Number 10, Anna Strong. Number 12, Z. O. Number 18, Macy Smith. Number 19, Lynette Beckstrom. And number 23, Al Seegers. Head coach of the Hawks, Scott Sheriff. And now, let's start Dallas Center-Grimes. Number 2, Elizabeth Sears. Number 4, Avery Porter. Number 9, Elaine Bartak. Number 11, Kylie Kenny. Number 12, Smith. Number 14, Alexa Gill. Number 15, Ella Forsyth. Number 16, Hannah Rett. Number 1, Alexa Henricks. Number 21, Emma Smith. And number 26, Maya Fritz. Head coach for the Mustangs is Dan James. Ladies and gentlemen, our officials for today's game. Our referee, Miranda Thalen. First referee, Janice Heffling. Second assistant referee, Ann Tur. And our official, Hito Tita. Good luck to both today. Let's play state championship soccer.
All right, here we go. It's the 2A title game. Wow, sunny conditions. Partly cloudy, we'll call it 77 degrees. Winds are out of the southwest. They're starting to pick up at 9 miles an hour. Don't think it'll be much of a factor heading into this one. So, Justin, these two teams played earlier this year. Kind of took the edge off this one a little bit after last year. Dallas Center-Grimes feeling that they were smarting, your term, not mine, that they lost 5-1 in that title game, but they beat them in the regular season 1-0, but that was very early. These two teams have changed quite a bit.
Past is the past. It's about today. Yeah, we talk about the teams have changed. DCG have kept a lot of quality in the side. You're looking at Korshing and Forsyth up front, but Bartek, Gill, Knief, Sai. I mean, when you look at a midfield trio, they're unbelievably strong. I believe that Waverly-Shell Rock, the Go-Hawks, are going to look to try and score early and then just drop in a 4-5-1.
Waverly-Shell Rock wearing their white uniforms as the away team, beat North Scott in the quarters and beat Norwalk in the semifinals 1-0. And then, of course, Dallas Center-Grimes wearing their home red uniforms. They defeated North Polk 5-0, and in the semifinals defeated Xavier 3-1. We're ready to go. It's Waverly-Shell Rock and Dallas Center-Grimes here for the 2A title game once again. And we're ready for the lead referee, Miranda Thalen, to mark the ball in play, and it is. So let's see what happens here. Obviously, Waverly-Shell Rock, where they gain the advantage on teams as they frustrate you early, Justin, with some great defensive play. Dallas Center-Grimes trying to play through it as they try to push the ball ahead. And it looks like Knief with an opportunity with the left foot, and that will sail over the net.
See how they attack. They press, press, press. From the kickoff, Seegers Barron didn't quite catch the ball right, and it was intercepted, and DCG just went forward very, very quickly, as you could see. Korshing. And then you had Knief, Sai breaking forward. You have Knief breaking forward, who took the strike that just went over the bar.
So here comes Waverly-Shell Rock. Stromberg trying to lead it ahead. This is Macy Smith. And each team trying to strike in a hurry. And now a golden opportunity here coming up for Waverly-Shell Rock in the corner kick.
So the transition's going to be quick, as you've seen. Mustangs going forward, looking for an opportunity. And now we look at Go-Hawks now with a corner with Morgan Ike.
Yeah, Morgan Ike, the senior. Loads of personalities shown so far in the state tournament with her left foot. A lofty ball. The header. Kind of left in no space. DCG will try to clear it, and they do.
Lofted corner in. Not enough power on it. Seegers tried to get over it, but didn't quite get over it. So not enough power on the header, though. Stromberg. They posted her up the other day as a center forward in the 9 so she could hold the ball up.
Knief will try to loft it out ahead to Korshing. Very dangerous player is Korshing. The Minnesota State recruit trying to angle it in. Korshing still with it with the right foot. This one's going to be deflected up.
Good defending there at the back. I believe by Behrens. But Korshing already, you can see the threat with the pace, breaking the lines. And if you remember last year, it was rolling. It was Kenzie rolling and was the opposite. Today is not, I don't think it's going to be the same scoreline. It's going to be close, but we'll wait and see.
Well, one of the keys to the game that Dan James told us from Dallas Center-Grimes was patience. Need to wait for your opportunity. And also ID Macy Smith, whom he feels is among the best players here at the state soccer tournament. That's in all classes.
Macy Smith going to UNI.
Up top with Knief. DCG, unlike last year, didn't get much of an opportunity to attack. Trying to do the same right now with Cameron Smith, but I tell you what, Allie Seegers, very difficult to try to get past her.
I have noticed that the back line for DCG has dropped down deep with the 3, but there's no target players. Stromberg came into the midfield to try and connect there with Macy Smith.
Boy, just cannot advance the ball. Knief. They do a great job of allowing Knief to play a lot of the field here.
Yeah, they do. And Knief will be the playmaker with Korshing down the middle. And then, as you can see, Olivia Sy, as the 11 on the left-hand side. Going forward, they have so much speed. And this is something that the Go-Hawks need to really, really keep an eye on. You fall asleep and they're gone.
Caitlin Egena in at net, the keeper. Justin, from a save perspective, she has some of the softest hands you'll ever see.
I tell you what.
And that's a good thing.
Well, Egena's pulled off 70 saves, and if you remember, we did a game earlier on in the season with 5 seconds to go against Norwalk Warriors, and that tip over the bar was unbelievable, and then saving in the penalty shootout. She could be the difference today.
Korshing trying to advance it. Trying to work against Waverly-Shell Rock and Sydney Beeman. And Egena will haul that one in. You have to get a special shot against her. And she's really still just learning the position. It was a year ago as a freshman. The former coach came up to her after a basketball game and said, "You want to play?" "Yeah." "Okay, here you are in net."
I tell you what, she's playing with confidence as well. I mean, last year, I remember, but it was a little different last year. I mean, she didn't really have much to do. She's had a lot to do at the state championship so far. I covered a game in the semi-final, and she was a busy goalkeeper.
That tackle was clean.
Allie Seegers, who's playing holding midfield for the Go-Hawks.
Knief trying to work against Ike, and Ike won that battle.
See how deep out of our picture the back 3 are for DCG. But still, with that distance between the holding midfielders, there's enough space in between. Just for maybe Ike to break the line.
So Siggers with the free kick. Here's Smith.
Just deflection off Smith. Playing it right center back for DCG Mustangs.
So Bieneman with a long throw. An opportunity for the moment. Smith angles for the ball, kept it in.
Smith. Goal kick.
Yep,
That was well played there by Smith.
Yeah.
Just managing to turn on the goal line, but the ball unfortunately went out for a goal kick.
This is Maya Fritz, the junior. Much improved from a year ago. And really, I don't know if we can pick it up with our mics, but has really become vocal in at the net for Dallas Center-Grimes this year.
Yeah, she, you know, she's been here before, so she's got the experience and being in these situations. I like the way they try to play out the back there. I was hoping Elena Bartek would create an angle to receive the ball at feet to go out, because as per all the last games that the Go-Hawks have played, they drop off in the midfield and they'll just leave the two up front, Stromberg and Macy Smith.
See, this was very close. Yes, it will be a throw-in.
There's no one screening the ball into Stromberg or Smith.
The header going to be placed out, and it will be a corner kick coming up. Morgan Ike. Ike with a number of assists this season. As you saw her first ball from the corner, she can really lay it in there and allow it to be perfect. On the season, 12 assists, 7 of them from corner kicks.
What a great corner that is.
Oh, missed an opportunity.
And lucky Fritz got fingertips to that, because there were white shirts in behind her. She got her fingertips to it. It could have been dangerous, but just did enough.
Waverly-Shell Rock, Anna Stromberg deflects this one out. It's going to be a corner kick from this side. Who will do it?
Well, now Macy Smith scored from her first corner in the semifinals with an in-swinger with her left foot, and she's very, very deceptive with the left foot. As you can see in the box, the white shirts are lined up very, very deep.
So here is Macy Smith. Towards the front of the net, the header that will go out, and it will be a goal kick here coming up for DCG.
I think the ball was already out. It was close, but as you can see how she swings that ball in.
The wind is starting to pick up a little bit. The first game of the day, not so much. It was very still. Now we're starting to see that wind pick up. There's a chance for showers later on tonight.
What a great tackle there by Behrens at the back, stepping in to win that ball.
Here's Smith.
Smith and Smith against each other.
Yeah, hand checking. Little chicken match. I don't know if I would want to battle Macy Smith too much. Of course, a state champion wrestler this last year.
Yep.
Of course, Waverly-Shell Rock with an outstanding wrestling program, not only for the boys, but for the girls. Really up and coming.
Annika Behrens is also a wrestler.
Yeah. Multi-sport athletes, you know, and Macy also played on the basketball team that qualified for the state tournament. And she said she owed it all to all the coaches who were flexible with her schedule. A lot of times you don't get that. So here's Sear, who will pass it off.
Smith there, cutting into pressure though.
Now the loft with the left foot. Egena steps in front of the post to haul that one in.
And Egena staying sharp and concentrated after all the pressure down the far side of the field. But that was fairly simple for her to save.
DCG trying to recapture the momentum. Ike with the steal. And now we'll go to the far side of the field. Let's see. This is going to go to Dallas Center-Grimes, the Mustangs. Of course, in their fourth finals appearance, appeared in 08 and 09, and last year came away empty.
Looks like Glasgow has come in,
Yep.
and Caroline White have come in for the Mustangs.
Want to remind you, if you're watching high school soccer for the first time, you're allowed to freely substitute throughout the game. Here's Stromberg trying to drive it in. DCG's back wall holds strong.
Hannah Renz did well to cover as Stromberg was just about to break the line. Nice little pass inside by Beckstrom.
Stromberg over here to the near side. And we're going to see a free kick here coming up on the foul. Boy, taking one for the team here, Lene Beckstrom. Boom.
Yep, just right in the tackle there. Lene did well. Should be all right. Morgan Ike looks to take the free kick. She's going to swing it in with her left foot.
What do you think about that three-man wall up there?
I think
That's close.
Yeah, it is close. Not 10 yards away. I would have two in there, to be honest with you. From that distance, two's good enough, because then if let's say, for example, if we're looking at this, if there's a break from the wall or from the attacking team and Gracie Aben, one of them can break.
She did try to bend it around him, but it's quickly recovered by Maya Fritz. So the deep punt.
Lindsay Overman did very well there, just to head the ball, win it.
Here's Behrens. What a battle. Great battle with Landry Glasgow. Boy, there's not much open space here today.
No, it's very tight. Definitely very tight.
Now Knief. Kylie trying to measure the outside. Will center it. Knocked down by Smith. This one going to be still controlled by the Mustangs in Corshing. What a display here so far.
Behrens did well there, actually. She covered space, just cutting out the passing lane, stepping in front of the center backs, not allowing that ball to go through. But Corshing is stepping into the midfield to build up play. As we have a look at this again, Macy Smith just getting clipped in her heels there.
So the free kick after the foul.
That should be a simple one for Fritz. Maya Fritz with a familiar bright goalkeeper jersey on. I remember that from last year.
Yeah. If you want to get noticed, wear the yellow highlighter, right?
Yeah. Well, the fire and ice and the red, the fired up red jerseys, red shorts, red socks. I love it. Love it.
Waverly-Shell Rock trying to make a go of it. And Smith unable to catch up with the ball. Easily played by Fritz.
Smith looking for the combination off Stromberg. Just a little bit too much in it from Stromberg. Again, that challenge in the midfield. Behrens does need support, though. She needs one of the other midfielders to tuck in alongside her, especially off the ball. Maybe Baumhover.
Here's Knief. Just kind of puts it out in no man's land. This will go to Waverly-Shell Rock.
Beckstrom did really well just covering the space, tucking in, as we have another change coming in for the Go-Hawks as Beckstrom leaves the game.
Coming in is going to be Amelia Aben. So here we go, DCG on the prowl with Korshing. Just stepping in the way was Seegers. Boy, Waverly-Shell Rock is loading their defensive wall on.
And this is what they will do, because Korshing likes to cut in onto a right foot. And as long as there's numbers around the ball, like we saw there with Seegers, Overman, there's enough cover. And those two at center back are quality. They're going to be difficult to beat.
Dallas Center-Grimes unbeaten on the year, have knocked off 5 state qualifiers. This shot gonna sail over the net.
Knief with the strike. As you can see, first prep touch, second touch, a little bit too high, leaning back well over the post. Look, Caitlin Mills coming into the game. Addie Jensen's in, Cameron Smith, and Ella Forsyth. Well, BJ, we're going to have to keep up with the substitutions today, that's for sure. I remember this from last year.
Each coach wanting fresh legs out there.
Dan James does rotate his squad during games.
But one name's familiar, that's Kylie Knief. This one over the head of Stromberg. And again, DCG with Alexia Henricks keeping things going on that back defensive line for the Mustangs.
Bartek is the holding midfielder wearing jersey number 9 for DCG. Needs to be a little more demanding to get the ball at feet out of the back, because the Go-Hawks are dropping off deep. It's creating enough space for her to create something going forward through the back in transitional movements.
About halfway through the first half, each team has had some mild opportunities to try to get one on the board.
Yeah, mild is the word, because we haven't had any really good strikes on goal on target. It's been easy for Egener and Fritz. This is Hendricks on the left-hand side.
Ahead to Korshing. Korshing into the middle. The strike
by Jensen.
It's just over the net.
Addie Jensen. There's good movement, Addie Jensen's inverted run, just from the half space, if you have a look, onto her left foot. Just getting under it too much.
Now Seegers with the free kick, or excuse me, the goal kick. It's been one of those days here so far in this 2A title game. You're wondering who's going to gain the advantage and when. DCG has had a couple of strikes, but they've been from far away.
Yeah, which is for the Go-Hawks, it's fine. Egener in goal. Anything in the air, she's just plucking ease. It's going to have to be something very, very special in the top corner, but it's got to be hit with power. So if you're shooting from 40 yards away, 45 yards away, they're okay with it. What they need to do, the Mustangs, is break the line down, open them up wide. Like we got the width on the far side, but again, good defending down the middle.
DCG with 3 scores, with double-digit scoring on the year. That one headed right back out by Bieneman.
Bieneman did well. Good starting position.
So we are right at the 20-minute mark here in the first half of the 2A title game. Waverly-Shell Rock and Dallas Center-Grimes. It's 1 versus 2. A rematch from a year ago in which Waverly-Shell Rock won 5-1.
And Waverly-Shell Rock were 3-0 up within 25 minutes, I believe. Different today, obviously. Bartek just cleaning up.
Earlier this year, Dallas Center-Grimes won 1-0. That was the first game of the year for Waverly-Shell Rock. Since then, they've been rolling, winning 18 straight to get to this title game. DCG, the only unbeaten team at the state soccer championships. Of course, Valley held that reign in 3A before getting knocked off in the semifinals yesterday Bicentennial, who we'll see coming up in the 3A matchup as they take on Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. That'll be coming up later today here on Iowa PBS.
Looks like Addie Jules come into the game wearing jersey number 20 for the Go-Hawks. Looks like she's on the far side. See how they're... You've got Morgan Ike in the midfield playing as a 10, rotating 8-10-6. But Annika Behrens is playing the deeper roles as 6. But just off the ball, I think Morgan Ike needs to drop in alongside her.
And a foul going to be called here on Macy Smith. A little too aggressive with the upper body.
So we look at this foul here, Macy Smith. Protecting the ball, but just knocks Bartek over. Jensen. What a lovely pass in there to Korshing.
Korshing trying to drive it.
She wants to get it on her right foot.
When you think about this too, each team has well scouted one another. Not only have they played already once this year, but you've seen they've seen some tendencies out of each other. And defensively, it's shown up here in the first half.
Yeah, I think Korshing should change her movement. She should start on the right-hand side in the half space to receive the ball on the half turn. Then she'll be more comfortable taking on the defender. Instead of coming inside now, breaking into the box on the right, 1v1 on her right foot, then she'll have a chance. Because right now she's on the left, cutting in, and she's just been blocked every single time in the central area.
Knief had left that one for Smith. Waverly-Shell Rock, no give. Seen a lot of play here in midfield. Who's going to break through to get that next opportunity? Close opportunity, I should say.
Well, I think at this point, looking at it, when you see that ball that's gone in, that delivery into Macy Smith, you got Elena Bartek that's marking, and then you've got 3 players in behind her, as in the back 3, with Hannah Renz, Hendricks, and Smith.
More substitutions.
Well, see, Stromberg's back in the game. So Stromberg's back in. Aben, I think, has left. And see for DCG, Olivia Sy has come back in. And Alexi Gill is back into the game. And Caroline White is up. And number 3, Landry Glasgow, has also left the game. So it was a 5-minute spell. And Dan James does this to give some of his players a break, get some water, rest, and get them back in. Barron's pressing. Does well to win it.
Ike trying to move the ball forward. And look at the determination by Morgan Ike with the left foot, the cross, but nobody home.
Just no one breaking into the box from the midfield. Maybe just a little bit cautious, to be honest with you, because the nearest one was Gabby Baumhover. But at times, through the midfield, the Go-Hawks don't want to overcommit just in case they get exposed in behind the lines. Oh, could have been an advantage, but I see the referee has acknowledged that.
Yes. And again, Macy Smith involved on the play, called for the foul there. And again, another easy play for Egina.
Just not enough movement there. It was great to build up, just start the build up from the back. Playing it through into the midfield. Unfortunately, Elena Bartek didn't have anybody showing off at an angle with no option just to drive it. So the creativity piece needs to improve.
Boy, a lot of play here at midfield. Who does this give the advantage to?
Well, right now it's evenly matched up, to be honest with you. Both midfield, especially the 3 in the midfield, on both sides and both ends, are very, very strong. They're competing well. just more going forward with DCG. You know, they're pressing forward. They've got pace. If they change a few things in the movement with caution, possibly. I would say with her coming in from the right-hand side, cutting in. Now, last year she played wide on the right. I do remember that. But here's what the Go-Hawks are going to do. They'll take these set-piece opportunities. They scored off a set-piece in the semi-final. As I see Ike lining this up with 2 in the wall.
And the blast. And easily handled by DCG. Here's Ike again with the shot. And it'll be a goal kick here coming up.
Yeah, just wide. We saw that coming, but the initial free kick didn't beat Elena Bartek on the near post, on the near side, with more subs coming into the game. You got Kylie Knief coming back in for Williamson.
This is the second of 3 state championships today. DCG trying to gain the school's first ever state soccer championship. Waverly-Shell Rock trying to win their second. Smith and company battling on the ball.
Well, one there in the midfield by Behrens.
Neoya Williamson, freshman seeing time as the defenseman for Dallas Center-Grimes. Here we go. Up the field with Knief.
Lots of space on the far right. Oh, what a lovely entry ball in there, too.
Yeah, finding Corshing. And again, Waverly-Shell Rock with 3 players right around Corshing, making sure that she doesn't become a factor in this one.
Good cover from the Go-Hawks. Sydney Benjamin. Benjamin at left back.
The way that Dallas Center-Grimes can score, Justin, this type of tempo, no question in my mind, favors Waverly-Shell Rock.
Yes, it does. If they can contain and do what they're doing, forcing the pressure inside, the key for DCG is if they can stretch them wide, really wide, and open them up. That's how they're going to get in behind. There's no width here, so Corshing only has that opportunity, and she's trying to get it onto her right foot and do everything. You see, it's so tight there, BJ. The wide player for the Mustangs, on the left-hand side, our near side, player on the ball right now, trying to play the entry ball in, was cutting in inverted runs. Olivia Sy just came back in the game. If she holds her width, it's going to open up the Go-Hawks.
Sear with the blast, can't get it to go. Well, I think each team, in particular DCG, rather frustrated here offensively. And this is what we were talking to Dan James about. He said we have to be patient.
Have to be patient. They're trying to go every single time. If it's not on, pull the ball back out, restart, circulate the ball again. See what the opponents do, because the Go-Hawks have been now changed. They've changed so differently from last year, and they're back here, and that's just changing strategies. You can't play the same way as Knief's on the ball.
Knief in the middle. Trying to find Corshing, and it's bounced out. And a deep pass downfield. Dallas Center-Grimes will have it back. Boy, more substitutions coming in and out of the game for both for DCG.
And number 15, Ella.
And in fact, DCG really shuffling their lineup now.
Well, Beckstrom's back in as well for the Go-Hawks. Couple of changes coming in as well for DCG. Elena Bartek is out. Cameron Smith is in. Forsyth is in. Ella Forsyth is back into the game.
Oh, great play on the ball that time for Waverly-Shell Rock, as the Go-Hawks also too frustrated, trying to get something going offensively here.
Number 13, Wykers, is up front. Hopefully I got the pronunciation right on that.
Here's Korshing, able to leave it for Knief with her left foot, just blasted wide.
And on the far side was Emma Smith. A little bit too much on it. Now, Knief should have just driven that ball in low, because it can come off anybody and deflect possibly into the goal. 2v1 on the far side.
Offsides will be called here. So 8:30 to play here in the first half. Still scoreless between Waverly-Shell Rock and Dallas Center-Grimes.
I can see Macy Smith coming back in.
Sear out ahead of Knief. Knief with the big blast, and it's off of the head of Waverly-Shell Rock's Annika Behrens.
Well, that's got to be painful, just turning her back on the ball, hitting the back of her head. Behrens has definitely taken one there.
And now a little gun shy as that next one came in. I think they might need to check her out. And yes, the official's coming over by her.
Yep, they have to, but you know, knowing the Go-Hawks and Annika Behrens, she's tough. You know, like from your neck of the wood, you know, baling hay and so forth. How are your shoulders, by the way, BJ? All right?
They're hanging in there.
It's more the hay fever, excuse the pun.
Yeah.
Foul on Overman there.
A little too strong coming in.
I tell you what, that centre-back pairing of Seegers and Overman it's tough to beat, to be honest with you. Very, very tough.
Boy, DCG trying to turn this into an opportunity. Here's Knief. Leaves it out in no man's land for Korshing. Korshing measuring.
On her right foot again, inside. She won't take it down the line on her left. And this is what I was talking about. But the marking by Gill and Sear on Stromberg earlier.
Now the deep blast, that'll be hauled in by Egena.
Bartek with the strike, not enough on it. We spoke about this earlier, BJ. Enough time and space, but again, the distance. Egena has the height, has the hands.
She will make that play all day.
It's like plucking cherries from a tree. Well played there, picked up by Gill. Looked like a handball. Good entry ball, looking for Knief.
Knief trying to work on it.
She's getting a little frustrated because there's no supporting options. She's done extremely well here.
Now the blast, Egena up into the box. This one left open, and the kick just off to the right. Boy, a golden opportunity for Cameron Smith, but could not capitalize.
Missed opportunity. Cameron Smith should have done better with that. I think she got a little bit nervous, hesitant. When you have a look at this ball coming in, Cameron Smith was like, oh, my word, I've got the, you know, could she have brought it down? But it was a very, very uncomfortable bounce. As you can see, it just popped up. And she didn't quite get the technique right, getting a body and knee over the ball.
Had to slow it down first.
Yeah, it was one of those, you know, just the bobble off the turf or the grass.
Number 8, Olivia Evan. Number 9, Gracie Evan.
And now we have a late whistle. DCG with the free kick here.
So Abben's back in the game, number 9, and Macy Smith. Overman clearing that. Again, Overman. Have they moved Overman into the midfield? I see she's... So Aben's at the back. It's a good choice. I know that Lindsay Overman has played as a double six because they've taken... Behrens has left the field. I wonder if that head injury, when she got smashed in the head by the ball, was a cause. There's only really 2 or 3 red, white jerseys on that far side. And this is what the Go-Hawks have been doing.
Seegers with the shot down, but nobody home.
Simple again there for Fritz. Just got to watch yourself, coming too far out of the penalty box there. Macy Smith has dropped into the midfield as well. So the strategy's changed, which, you know, Smith is just used to going forward normally.
So 3:30 to play here in the first half. Each team had their chances early on, albeit limited.
Ike's back in the game for Wikers. Stromberg, they're going to finish strong. Look at the combinations there. Not quite enough there by Ike. The angle was wrong.
Tight spacing. Here's Macy Smith. Well, good move by Stromberg, but a tackle now. Stromberg with the shot. That'll go over the net.
Yeah, nice little nifty little turn in there. Macy Smith did well. She played the ball forward into Stromberg. Was going to go on the run to get the ball back in a combination, but then dropped back about 5 yards, realizing she needed to cover the space in case of a risky turnover, so she can cover it. She's now, Macy Smith is now sitting in as the 6, as Behrens has left the field.
DCG forcing the turnover.
Not really a good touch there on the far side by Gill.
Can she catch up to it? No.
Hannah Renz did enough just to shield the ball out for a goal kick. Fritz should put the ball down quickly and look for Heinrichs, which she has done. Heinrichs has, look at the space she has to travel into. This is how this is well organized by the Go-Hawks, to be honest with you. They're not allowing space in central and defensive areas.
Korshing trying to hit the corner. Can she do it? Tries to center it, and it's knocked away.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's the first time she's got past the defender. She just got past Gracie Aben, but you look at the cover coming in there by Lindsay Overman. Coming across, just managing to deflect the ball. But as you could see, Korshing played the cross. She delivered the ball with the right foot, so she got her body around it. Doesn't really use her left foot.
Boy, what a battle for the ball. Macy Smith up with it. Here's Ike.
Ike didn't hear the call from Stromberg to her left. Just a quick reverse ball round would have done it.
Boy, nothing happening. It's all at midfield. These two teams will not allow each other to advance.
It's going to take that one break, just the one break. And I always predicted a close game here. There's going to be one goal in it.
Seegers will play it out. 30 seconds to go in the half. Still scoreless in this defensive battle. Now the move to Korshing.
Gets it on her right foot.
Boy, cannot get past the defender in Lindsay Overman.
Overman doing really well. That's the first time she struck the ball with her left foot. Not enough power, but Lindsay Overman did extremely well just to usher her from side to side and just press, not allowing her space.
That will be the end of the first half. We are scoreless between Waverly-Shell Rock and Dallas Center-Grimes. You're watching the Class 2A State Soccer Championship here on Iowa PBS.
Ladies
on Masterpiece Mystery.
Horse. Back on the horse then?
Looks to have been a time bomb. Simple but effective.
2 shootings in 2 days by 2 different killers. That hardly seems likely, does it?
So what's the plan?
Keep him alive, I suppose.
Nothing's going to happen to him with you here.
Get him out of there.
We're who we are, Morse. Our nature. We can try to escape it, but it will find us out in the end.
A new season of Endeavor on Masterpiece Mystery.
Coming to Iowa PBS, June 19th.
Here's what's new this month with Passport.
Welcome to the Hotel Portofino.
How do you find Italy?
You mean how does Italy find me? What's the plan?
If the threat's genuine, keep him alive.
Get him out of there. We need your help. All we want is the truth, and we will get to it.
These and all your favorite shows are available with Passport on the PBS app. Download it today.
Hey everybody, Abby Brown here from Iowa PBS. Join me on an adventure in our very own great state. We're discovering Iowa in brand new ways, asking questions we hadn't thought of before, wondering about our past, noticing how much we've changed. History and science teachers and learners in 2nd through 5th grades can join me for standards-aligned virtual field trips as we have fun investigating new discoveries in Iowa.
Hey Iowa, it's Tyler Trepp here from Straight No Chaser, and I want you to tune in on June 9th at 7 p.m. because we have a brand new special. It's called Straight No Chaser, the 25th anniversary celebration. You'll get an exclusive opportunity there to get passes to one of our sound checks where you'll get to meet me and the rest of the group, so we really hope you tune in.
Tune in or stream Thursday at 7 p.m.
Scoreless game here at the half in the 2A title game between Waverly-Shell Rock and Dallas Center-Grimes. While Iowa PBS profiles the experiences and perspectives of Iowans in our ongoing series, In Their Words. Join us as we sit down with youth scientist Amara Orth.
I'm Amara Orth, and I'm a scientist. I live on a honeybee farm, and my grandparents are commercial beekeepers. I've been doing science fair competitions since I was about in 7th grade. My mom, she's a professor, and ever since I was little, I remember using pipettes in her office to make different concoctions using cough drops. Since my grandparents keep bees, I always remember whenever we'd go over there playing with the bees and kind of just being fascinated and wanting to learn more about them. Today I was at the State Science Technology Fair of Iowa. I had to get interviewed by a lot of different judges about my project, and I also got to meet a lot of people from the public. My project is over honeybee vibroacoustics. I looked at honeybee vibroacoustics, which are sound vibrations. I used a machine learning model called hidden Markov models. In my project, I wanted to train the hidden Markov model to be able to recognize honeybee vibroacoustics to be able to determine the specific health state of the hive. I recorded audio samples, and what I found in my project was that the hidden Markov model allowed for pattern development. So for example, in this diagram here, it shows a collected swarm that slowly transitioned until it later died in November. And it allows beekeepers to know the health of their hive, sometimes before it's even visible to them. My grandpa, he always talks about how you can kind of hear a difference in how the hives sound. He always hears, oh, the bees sounded different today. And he said that one time, that made me curious. I was like, I wonder if I can look at how the sounds that the bees make is actually related to the health of the hive. I included these spectrograms here to kind of show that it's kind of difficult to determine the specific health state just by looking at them. So for example, if you weren't given the names, all you see are just colored lines. So for example, here, this is wing beat harmonics. I found it very difficult to get the correct health state recognized from the machine learning if I just isolated that, and I found it better if I just did the whole entire audio snippet. When I first started my project in early 2020, during COVID, so I wanted to have a project that I could do at home that wouldn't take too many materials, and a lot of the universities near me were closed, and that's how I kind of came across vibroacoustics and machine learning. And when I started getting going, I didn't have much of a coding background, and it took almost 2 years of trial and error to actually get my project to work. And then eventually this year, I found the right microphones, and I just got the right setup to be able to get it to work out. And I was able to make this diagram, and when I saw that, it's kind of like an aha moment, because I was like, I finally got it to work. I finally have something that can show what's going on in the hive and kind of actually be able to help people. So I find this work important because honeybees around the world are experiencing some of the highest rates of colony loss in recorded human history, especially in the Midwest. In the Midwest, we see some of the highest rates of colony loss in the world. And especially since I live on a honeybee farm, I wanted to have a project that would be able to not only impact my family, but also beekeepers around the United States and around the world. So in the future, I want to have a public platform for hosting my model that would allow beekeepers around the world to be able to upload their audio and to know the health state and be able to take mitigation strategies to help protect their hive.
He's lost a good deal of blood.
It was Mussolini's thugs.
Ciao.
Ciao. I guess you haven't seen skin like mine before, have you?
I really think we should be friends.
But friends don't blackmail one another.
Is everything all right?
Stop worrying.
No one notices me.
It's because you're hiding. You can't be afraid to show them what you've got. Or what you want.
Coming to Iowa PBS, June 19th.
They defined a generation.
Oh, I believe in yes.
They changed the world with their music.
Here comes the sun.
The Fab Four. The ultimate tribute is next.
Coming to Iowa PBS, June 11th.
Iowa PBS Education makes it easier than ever for children to explore science, technology, engineering, the arts, and mathematics, also known as STEAM. Iowa PBS educational staff work with libraries, child care centers, preschools, and elementary schools throughout Iowa to provide educational resources and professional development for teachers from pre-kindergarten through grade 12. Schools, early education centers, or libraries can take advantage of the STEAM trailer and other resources provided by Iowa PBS at no charge to the organization. For more information, contact Educational Services at iowapbs.org/education.
Hey, I'm Rick Steves. You know, I don't go anywhere without my passport. And now, thanks to PBS Passport, you can see thousands of hours of your favorite public television shows. Become a member today and get your passport.
Scoreless game here in the 2A title contest between Dallas Center-Grimes and Waverly-Shell Rock. With Justin Borster, I'm BJ Shaven as we take a look at the first half highlights here. It was all defense, but each team did have their chance, right?
Yes, they did, but as you can see, DCG's chances were from 35 to 45 yards out. It's going to take a lot to beat Agonet from that distance. This was about the closest one they got, but Smith didn't quite get a hold of it.
Well, Justin, the biggest question I think a lot of us are wondering, what's it going to take to crack the ice here?
Well, the Go-Hawks just need to stay as they are. I mean, they're playing well. They've got their shape sorted out. DCG need to get players with width, left and right, hog the touchline, and try and open up down the central areas and into the half space. I would move Caution just more into the half space in the attacking third, where she can get the ball on her right foot, run inside and cut down into the box. She'll be a little more dangerous like that.
Well, as we take a look at the statistics here, it's evident this is a defensive battle. Not only does the scoreboard indicate, you know, we're still scoreless, but look at the shots on goal, and the amount of corner kicks.
Yeah, you see that. I mean, the Go-Hawks have got 2, but the shots on goal with DCG, 10, but they just haven't connected the right one with the right strike.
So here we go. The teams will switch sides, and we are ready to go. Waverly-Shell Rock and Dallas Center-Grimes. The table stakes here. DCG going for their first ever school championship in girls soccer. And for Waverly-Shell Rock trying to win their second and to go back-to-back. Can they do it?
Well, they have the experience in their lineup to do it. But there's a hungry team out there in red. Going from left to right as the Mustangs, like you said, are looking for it. They won it. You can tell the hunger, but they just can't get complacent. They can't just lose concentration or focus at the back. They've been very, very cautious, though, and Bartek has stayed. Elena Bartek has dropped in really deep, just in front of the back line, in front of Renz.
So can DCG, where they've been so potent all season long, striking from within 30 feet, haven't really had that chance yet today. So the Mustangs back defensively.
Ball just went out before Smith could get to it.
This will be played to Waverly-Shell Rock on the offensive end. Boy, DCG has substituted quite frequently, as has Waverly-Shell Rock. I mean, will we see that frequency of substitution continue?
We probably will. We will see it from the Mustangs, for sure. I don't know. I feel they just need to keep the strongest team in for as long as possible. Just because there's a momentum going. Unless someone's injured or really fatigued, make the one change here and there. They've got the players in it, because you think of it, Knief going out, let's say she goes out, Sai goes out. I mean, those are critical players. They can make things happen. You know, and if there is a situation like this player on the ball, Gill, she was out for quite a bit, and Korshing on the ball. There you go.
Numbers for DCG. Can they drive it in? Here's Korshing. The shot with the left foot, and it's going to be hauled in by Egena.
Now, that's the space that she needs, because the midfield for the Go-Hawks was stepped way too far up. And Korshing getting the ball onto a left foot, not a strong foot, but Egena was there just to save that ball. Now, maybe Korshing could have cut that ball back, but that's the first time she's got him behind the two at the back, and that one was Ali Seegers.
You mentioned it. It's going to take something very special to beat Caitlin Egena, excuse me, in the net.
I just feel that Korshing should have cut that ball back, because she had support in the box. Look at Macy Smith.
Macy Smith trying to get it done. Goes through one player, now will center it. The kick goes wide as she tried to find Baumhover.
That was such a perfect delivery. I'm surprised Baumhover didn't go in with the header. Diving header would have been perfect there. See, it just takes that one moment, the transitional moment, and
now Knief and a whistle. That may have been a little deliberate.
Yeah, I tell you what, just as well for the Go-Hawks, as you're looking at that collision out there on the far side with Knief and Lindsay Overman, because it was the two up front as Korshing and Forsyth were 1v1 against the two at the back. It's a good turn there.
Opportunity here for Stromberg. Leaves it for Smith. And now Smith will be called for the foul.
So as we look at this again, Smith just blocking Bartek. Again, slowing the game down as she's trying to break through the lines. She had space in front of us.
Stromberg, numbers not there, will loft it in.
Hannah Renz coming across to cover on Macy Smith. But look at Macy Smith fighting for the ball, but Renz coming up with it.
DCG is different than other teams that Waverly-Shell Rock has played this year, where the Go-Hawks have been able to outmuscle their opponents. DCG today has shown they're not going to back down from the physical play.
Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, we've got two competitive teams here with some strength in them, especially that through the spine of both the teams, through the middle. I don't know. It's going to take a goal, and this is going to take one goal, I believe. That's how I feel, and it's going to come off a mistake.
Foul called here on DCG.
Macy Smith is the lone forward. Stromberg looks like she's going to join her now out of your screen. But again, when you're looking at that, the three at the back, Bartek, and then you got Gill now dropping in. It's 6 versus 2. Gill just screening the ball. 2 holding in front of the back 3.
Now the pass ahead to Smith. This is just going to be jetted out of bounds by Pieneman. Again, just a lot of hand jostling as this one is centered and then headed out. Left open, the left foot,
and
the
that's
shot
good. That is in top corner. Wow! DCG for Corshing has lit this place. And I was talking about a left foot earlier, but it's going to take something special to beat Eggener, and we have something special. That was magisterial. Magisterial, top corner, great technique, left foot, bending ball, top corner. Your jaw dropped there, EJ. That was unbelievable. Wow.
You said something special. Now can Waverly-Shell Rock answer back?
Enough time and space. Didn't cut onto a right foot like I always predicted. She's obviously listening to me somewhere. She's got the AirPods in.
They can hide them now.
I know.
Very creative.
What a strike that was. Great technique. This is going to change a few things here for the Go-Hawks, that's for sure.
So 1-0 as Corshing scores the goal. That is her 3rd of the state tournament.
Oh, it's a good battle there between Knief and Macy Smith.
And Knief whistled for the foul.
Look at them just both battling there, but look at the strength of Macy Smith just holding off Knief. Again, low sense of gravity, getting a body between the ball and the opponent, and just shielding it.
That has been a classic battle all afternoon long between Knief and Smith. You know, both coaches had said that, you know, both players really live in the weight room.
They do.
And it's showing up.
Oh, they do. Absolutely. I mean, you know, Macy Smith has played for me before, and I've had to tell her, like, she needs to get out of the weight room. And look at this ball in here for Stromberg.
Stromberg trying to create the shot with the left foot, goes wide.
Off balance with the strike, putting the ball with a Cruyff turn onto her left foot, but leaning away from it as she looks to try and strike the ball. Looking at the replay here, just pulls the ball across her body. Again, off balance, leaning away from it. It was always going to go out for a goal kick.
DCG trying to figure out how to solve this Waverly-Shell Rock defense again. Have a 1-0 lead. If you're just joining us, Avery Corshing just a few minutes ago hit one in the left upper deck of the net.
I'm just I'm picturing that in my head right now. Just onto her left foot, perfect prep touch. No pressure. Pressure came in late.
Macy Smith trying to will her team back into this one. This is a carbon copy scoring-wise from the 1A championship game, which was won by Des Moines Christian 1-0. As they bested Davenport Assumption. And a foul going to be called here against Anna Stromberg.
That's quickly taken there by Hannah Renz. Oh, it was well intercepted there and well blocked there by Annika Behrens. So there was a number of red shirts on the far left side. Good ball there by Overman, looking for Smith, finding the passing lanes.
Macy Smith trying to go through a double team. Tackled hard. There is no foul.
Another crunching tackle there from Behrens. This game's going to open up in a second here because the Go-Hawks have to push forward, have to get back in this game.
Stromberg in a battle. Boy, that was owned by Emma Smith, but it went out.
I wonder when Morgan Ike's going to push forward or get the instruction from the coaching staff to push forward and just go with Stromberg, Ike, and Macy Smith up front.
DCG and Waverly-Shell Rock both substituting now.
Weiker's coming in for Euben. Addie Jewell for Waverly is in. Glasgow and White for the Mustangs are now in the game.
This one going to stay with Waverly-Shell Rock as it was poked out.
Substitute for the Go-Hawks, number 17, Addie Jewell. For the Mustangs, number 3, Andrew Glasgow. Number 17, Caroline White.
Well, it's just starting to sprinkle a little bit here on the field, so let's see if that changes the playing conditions. Of course, we were expecting to see some showers later tonight, but now the sprinkles have made their way here to Cownie Park. Waverly-Shell Rock trying to get back into this one as this one's tapped deep. And now out. It'll be a goal kick here.
It's good defending there from Renz. Just shielding the ball out with Beckstrom coming in behind to try and win it. Macy Smith and Stromberg have pushed higher up the field with the two. Two of them playing a lot deeper now inside the DCG Mustangs half. See Amelia Aben is coming for the Go-Hawks and Addie Jansen for the Mustangs. Great to see Addie Jansen coming into the game. A product of Vision Soccer Academy out of Walkie.
Macy Smith trying to create. Smith with the left foot goes wide.
And that's the space that she needs to create for herself, but she needs to get it on target. She has the power, a little bit of bend on that. She could have had Fritz stretching as we look at this. Oh, enough on that strike. Definitely that was going in, but just went wide at the last minute. Straight on strike. Good run off the ball by Knief, stretching the line. But it was well defended there by the Go-Hawks.
Now into space. DCG again holding strong. Defensively have been there today. They've got a goal to work with here.
Well intercepted.
Has Waverly-Shell Rock switched anything yet, Justin?
Yes, they have. They've pushed Macy Smith now further up the field. They need to, I would get Morgan Ike up here on the left-hand side, on our near side, and try and stretch DCG, because the game that they're playing is going to be a little bit different. They need to play a little more direct now. 26 minutes left in the game. Although they need to not take too many risks at the back because of the Forsyth-Corshing combination.
Foot race to the ball. It will stay with DCG for the moment. That's Sear. Now to Smith.
What a turn there by Smith on Hendricks. Bartek, look at the cover by Bartek. Yeah,
there's going to be a foul called. Free kick here coming up.
Yeah, and that's something special from Smith, because she does that all the time. She'll watch you come in over your shoulder, get tight, and then spin you. She's either gone or forcing a foul like she's just done now.
There are some winded players for each team out in the middle of the field.
And that looks like Ali Seegers that just was down on the ground, probably catching her breath, to be honest with you.
Ike.
Ike's got to get more than that. That looked like a handball. Difficult one there for Overman. Managed to win it. It's just the touch that Stromberg needs.
Stromberg
needs to combine.
The left foot is going to be hauled in by Fritz, who's had a quiet second half here.
She has, actually. I mean, she's had 2 shots on her like that, which have been easy to save. Although Macy Smith was very close when she got the ball onto her left foot. Stromberg and Smith maybe need to play a bit quicker combinations, because it's easy if you're just trying to turn and set it up, because you're going to get closed down quickly.
A quick kick off the free kick. Corshing. Leaves it for Knief. The right foot knocked down. Now out ahead, the header will go wide, as coming in was Olivia Sear.
Yeah, Olivia Sear just coming in off the shoulder of the defender on the fast post. As we take another look at this. Just lobbed up in, Sear coming in far post. Good movement as we have another change.
You know, it's amazing to see even Olivia Sear out there. She was actually questionable to play today. Rolled her ankle in the semifinals. Got it taped up. Looks like she's moving okay. Now being substituted for out of the game. It's funny what the state championship game will do for that ankle.
Oh, absolutely. Wait, you'll see one in the 3A championship as well coming up. Good battle down there. Deep inside DCG's half.
Boy, Macy Smith, that tank. I know she'll tell you it's not empty, but man, she has expended a lot of energy.
And she'll just continue going. She's a fighter, like this whole team. They'll fight right to the end, try and make something happen.
So the Mustangs able to push it past midfield here. Oh, what a battle and a collision. This is going to be a foul called on Waverly-Shell Rock. DCG trying to go quick on the free kick.
Yeah, they're looking for the quick one there. They've got options out here. They would have just set up there, but it's okay. Slow the game down as well, being 1-0 up.
The high kick, the shot by Knief. Well, again, Waverly-Shell Rock, I mean, they're flirting with some disaster here.
Some dangerous territory. The ball just dropped to Knief's feet as he turned around and struck it. She turned around and struck it. It was a great block.
And we're nearing the midway point of the second half. Dallas Center-Grimes up 1-0. It's the 2A title game here on Iowa PBS.
Free kick.
This is against Dallas Center-Grimes.
Yeah, just a shoulder nudge. But this is what the Go-Hawks need, is a little breather. Williamson going into the challenge there with Smith.
As this game wears on, will DCG adjust their formation?
I'd be surprised if they don't. I'd be surprised if they don't go to a back four, maybe bring Bartek into the center-back role. Williamson's just come in with jersey number 4, giving Bartek a rest as the holding midfielder. But I'll go to a back four.
Mustangs going tempo.
I think they've got enough quality in the team in order to maintain through the lines, through the midfield and up front.
Gonna stay with the Mustangs. We're at the halfway point. Big old pass to Knief with the left foot, and it just does get deflected out.
What a save there. No
deflection, it just hit the post. Let's take a look.
As you look at that, Knief coming in great left foot. Eggener going up. Ooh. She didn't know where it was. As she looks around, luckily off the look, it actually came off the post. Look at the changes coming in again.
Now with the goal kick.
So Eddie Jensen's come back into the game. Jensen.
Trying to lob it down into the corner. Cameron Smith.
Forsyth fighting for it on Behrens. It's a good challenge there.
Smith ahead to Stromberg. Boy, again, just a terrific job defensively for Dallas Center-Grimes and Alexa Gill.
Alexa Gill did really well there. Look at her again, just cleaning up, playing the ball back to her teammate, Emma Smith.
Boy, there is a lot of red on the south side of midfield.
You'll see the Go-Hawks, and if they'll start going for it just now, and they'll go for about a 5-6 minute spell, but then it's the amount of energy that they'll have left. Ike, great turn.
Gain some clearance, and just cannot connect with Smith. Not a lot of spacing here, Justin.
No, I think having a look here right now, Baumhoven needs to move away from the and separate herself from Jensen out of the picture. Gabby Baumhoven has been pulled in towards play when the teammates have the ball. She just peels away. There she is on the ball now, but again, now going back into pressure, she should open up and try and spray it to the right-hand side because we've got one-on-one situation out there wide with Natalie Berman.
The foul called, now the free kick. Let's see who sets up for it. Looks like it's going to be Seegers. Seegers with the right foot. It will not bend, and nobody can catch up with it.
Fritz did really well to come out and win the ball. Under pressure from Stromberg, but the defender did enough. Look at DCG going forward, the Mustangs, looking for the second goal. Corshing being rather quiet after the goal she scored.
And Corshing with the lob ahead to Smith, cannot connect. And now substitutions.
Williamson going out, Jensen going out, Bartek's back in, Forsyth is going out, Knief is back in, and Sear.
Boy, and Dan James just welcoming each player that's in there, just trying to will his team now to finish this one out with 16:21 to play.
He's got to finish with the strongest lineup in there. Macy Smith with space.
Look out, here comes Macy Smith. Trying to get in front of it with her left foot, puts it towards the net.
There from Smith.
And Fritz just did knock it down.
And what a save there by Fritz, but Macy Smith, dangerous, going past Renz.
Macy Smith with over 38 goals this season. Had her eyes on another one, but denied by the keeper.
Good interception there from Gill. Morgan Ike should have opened up onto her back foot there to go forward.
Stromberg putting the pressure on, trying to find Smith.
You can see Stromberg is getting tired now. There's fatigue.
DCG clocking the ball. Well, puts it out to Knief. This is a dangerous space here. Look at this. Knief will try to center it. Nobody home. DCG will hold it in. Waverly-Shell Rock is exhausted.
Yes, they are. They are absolutely exhausted. But I can tell you now, from now until the end of the game. So you look at Macy Smith onto a strong left foot, driving across the box. Fritz didn't quite hold it. There was nobody else closing down for the rebound. But if Macy Smith can keep that a little bit lower, forcing Fritz to dive to her left. You can see Macy Smith earlier on there was trying to chop the ball onto her favored left foot. Oh, Gill just winning that ahead of Ike.
And just for the breather, Waverly-Shell Rock pushes that out by Bieneman.
A massive gap in the central area, the midfield lines. There's no midfield, really. Massive gap. Stromberg is sitting in the space, but she has Bartek to her left, watching her closely.
Gill. Again, no pressure on the ball, really.
Yeah, Bartek moving into the space. Stromberg just needs to stay away. This is the time to do it. And look at this, trying to find Smith. But Bartek, look at the ground she covered there.
Smith gonna have to try to do it against that Red Sea.
She'll try and win a free kick or something, but the two of them just can't do it against 6 red shirts. They're gonna need some support. They have to get support going forward. The Go-Hawks need to take a risk, push a player forward. That's the player they need to push forward. Get Morgan Ike up there. Stromberg should have peeled off the shoulder. There's lots of space in behind. With the 3 at the back, nice and compact. Good ball in there by Korshing. Looking for the combination.
Korshing off to the side here to Smith. Stayed in to Knief. Locked in at the top. Knief with the left foot, that's going to be blocked away.
Great block there by Gabby Baumhover. Knief had options to her left, could have just played the ball in. Knief received the ball, turned. Great block there by Baumhover. You can see the fight still on as the substitutions come rolling in. Sear in, Forsyth back in.
Waverly-Shell Rock going to the bench too. Trying to get some fresh legs out there.
Yeah, it looks like Linnea Beckstrom's out. Wycott in. Wickers. I'm just adding T's to names here. Gill just sitting in front of Smith. Noting the ball down. Knief.
Yeah, they get it ahead. Knief in traffic. The shot, and it goes into the net.
From the far post. Was that Sear coming in far post? I think that might be the end of it here. As we look at this. A great block there by Behrens. Sear comes in far post. Look at Sear coming in inside the defender. The bounce went her way. Bouncing in her, just in a line there, onto the right foot. Eggener beaten to her far post. 2-0, DCG.
Sear with that shot, with the bad ankle and all, able to push it through.
Bad ankle. She scores the second goal, which we can call the winner.
Dallas Center-Grimes last year in the championship game here against Waverly-Shell Rock got bested 5-1. And that has been on their radar all season long. The two played at the beginning of the year, in which DCG won 1-0. But a completely different game here today. DCG has matched the aggressive play of Waverly-Shell Rock, and now playing their style of game where they're putting a lot of pressure on the net. Knief given the assist on that goal by Sear. And for Sear, that is her first goal of the state tournament.
And what a time to get it.
Terrific.
Extending the lead for the Mustangs to 2-0. I just don't see the Go-Hawks coming back. But they will fight to the end. They will. It's one thing with Waverly-Shell Rock. They never give up.
I'm going to say don't count them out just yet. Stromberg, that one going to be out. No deflection. So it will be a goal kick here coming up for DCG. You think about it, Scott Shara taking over the team this year. Of course, he started the program at Waverly-Shell Rock for many, many years. And of course, he's still actively involved in the soccer community in Waverly. An assistant coach at Wartburg, who, by the way, is looking for a new head coach, as Tiffany Pins resigned a couple of days ago. But here for Waverly-Shell Rock, I mean, been in the state championship game a number of times, and then last year cracked the ice to get the win. Now today, taking on a DCG team that is loaded with firepower, and we're seeing that here in the second half.
Yeah, definitely. They're playing with confidence now. I just don't see the Go-Hawks getting back into the game. Unless they get a goal now, then it's game on. Morgan Ike is still playing deep in a deeper role. As you can see, there's lots of red shirts around the ball. Just inside their half, and they're working hard in transitional moments from attack to defending. They just get behind the ball, the Mustangs. Hannah Renz has been absolutely terrific at the back with Heinrichs and Emma Smith to her left and right. Bartek in front and Gill.
No quit in Macy Smith.
Again, it's too tight there. Stromberg's got to peel off, get that ball in behind. She's got to communicate it to Annika Behrens. As soon as she gets that ball into space, peel out into the space and behind. But again, I'm saying this, and they're tired. This is the third game of the week, even with the break in between.
Right, and a lot of energy expanded here in the first 70 minutes of this one. Here's a look at Scott Shara, the head coach for Waverly-Shell Rock.
And Caution goes out of the game, and Forsyth has come in. Not a bad change.
This will stay with DCG. Again, 2-0, trying to get their school's first ever State Soccer Championship. They've been here before. We mentioned being in the finals in 08, 09. That was when the tournament was in Muscatine. Last year, their first appearance here in the state championship in Des Moines. Of course, had lost previously to Xavier twice in a row.
Turnaround from last year. We had that in the 1A game. Another
Right.
2A. I'm not going to talk too soon. Coming up to 6 minutes left, BJ. Are your shoulders sore? All that hay and baling the hay and everything from yesterday?
It's that type of weather.
Why didn't you invite me? I would have come and helped you.
Yeah. We're busy.
I know, I get it. Bartek again cleaning things up in the midfield.
Never say never. And I think that's the mantra of Waverly-Shell Rock here down the stretch.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right there. Forsyth. Great interception there.
Heeneman, you have to think of a way to advance it ahead and get the box loaded.
The moment that Macy Smith had earlier in the save from Fritz, that could have been the changing moment. And the game's about moments and margins. Looks like Corshing's going to come back into the game.
DCG. You know, you think about it, really since the program got started, Dan James has been a part of it. In fact, this is his 22nd year as a head coach for DCG, been a part of all their state tournament appearances. And you know what is really crazy? They have a lot of underclassmen. You can count the seniors on your hand now. Avery Corshing's a big portion of what DCG does, but there's a lot of underclassmen who are big-time players for this Mustang squad. What I'm thinking is we're probably going to see him back at the state tournament next year.
See it, far side. But speaking of that, BJ, number 15 for the Mustangs, she's back, Forsyth, sophomore. So going forward, I mean, you've still got target players, you've still got the nines, and you're looking at that squad. I agree with you, they'll be back next year, definitely.
More substitutes for Dallas Center-Grimes as they try to close this one out. Boy, and they are a crafty bunch too as well. And what a season. Gonna finish it at 22-0 if they can hold on to this one, which looks to be in great position to be able to do so. I mean, they are ranked, in the power rankings, they're ranked first statewide. After the loss to Valley, you know, the only unbeaten team going into the state tournament in Class 3A. But some of the teams they've defeated, Johnston, Waverly-Shell Rock, Urbandale, 5 teams that actually qualified for the state tournament, Dallas Center-Grimes has beat. So they weren't hiding from anybody all season long.
No, they won't. I mean, look, they beat Johnson, 3A. They beat Urbandale, 3A. I mean, they've got the quality in the side. And like you said, they're not going to shy down from anybody. They just look at who they're playing, they'll prepare for it and go out and try and compete and win the game, which they so far are doing today. They're controlling it at the back. They've contained Macy Smith and Stromberg. Macy Smith with that one moment that could have changed the game. But the game's about margins. And they've done a great job. I mean, look at the red jerseys behind the ball now. It's going to take something special, and it just can't seem to get it going.
DCG averaging about 5 goals a game, have only given up about a half goal per game all season.
Well, having seen this today, you look at them going forward with Corshing Forsyth. And you've got the breaks from the midfield, Sear on the far post, scoring the second goal. You know, they've got a goal machine here. You know, when you look at it last year, and that's in the past now. This is the present. But players come and go. Mackenzie Rowling, Siriot. I mean, remember the squad last year and how different it was. I mean, it could have been a complete turnaround with 3 or 4 goals.
Don't forget to stay tuned for the all-tournament team selection, plus the trophy presentation that'll be coming up at the conclusion of this one. Dallas Center-Grimes out in front 2-0, a couple of goals here in the late half. Korshing, 46 minutes in, unassisted. And then Sear with a goal with 69 minutes in, the assist from Knief.
It was Emma Smith with an interception with the ball that was played into Macy Smith. And those two have battled throughout the game, the Smith combination.
This will go to DCG with about a minute remaining. So, Justin, an impressive game by DCG, and Dan James said one of the keys to the game was his team had to be patient. Waverly-Shell Rock was going to frustrate them. They had a lot of 45-foot shots in that first half. Second half, much different. They got some closer angles.
Yeah, definitely very, very different. The first half, everything was angled inside towards the defenders for the Go-Hawks. However, second half, you could see that Cushing and Forsyth stretched the line for the Go-Hawks and were able to get him behind. Cushing able to create space for herself with that absolute worldie into the top corner. And again, Sear coming in on the far post. It was going to open up. It was inevitable that it was going to happen. And it's deservedly so.
So Dallas Center-Grimes is going to bring home their school's first ever state soccer championship as they best Waverly-Shell Rock 2-0.
Deserved it today. Definitely did.
The celebration is underway for Dallas Center-Grimes. And Waverly-Shell Rock, what a run. 18 in a row until the only team that beat them during the regular season bested them here again in the state championship.
A big turnaround from last year. But Dallas Center-Grimes deserved it this time around, most definitely. Look at Dan James. Casually walking in there. Not too excited, I don't know. He's out of breath. He started running and then he started walking. I just
soaking it in. Soaking it in.
Soaking in the atmosphere. Humbling feeling.
Taking it all in. There's head coach James. Very proud of his squad today. And he said, too, after that game last year, we're going to be back right here in this position again. Let's give us a chance.
He knew it with the squad that he had. Definitely knew it. He knew there was something about them.
Now it's time to introduce the all-tournament team. Let's turn it over to public address announcer Rex Baker.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to direct your attention to the field for the awards presentation. Presenting the awards are members of the Girls Union, staff, and Ron Fodness from the IGHSAU Board of Directors. Presenting the all-tournament team awards is Jackie Gilau from the Iowa High School Soccer Association. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2022 Class 2A all-tournament team. From Dallas Center-Grimes, Maya Fritz. From Waverly-Shell Rock, Macy Smith. From Dallas Center-Grimes, Kylie Knief. From Cedar Rapids Xavier, Brielle Bastine. From Norwalk, Jojo Bice. From Cedar Rapids Xavier, Mary Claire Bean. From Norwalk, Hannah Kehoe. From Dallas Center-Grimes, Elena Bartak. From Waverly-Shell Rock, Lindsay Oakman. From Waverly-Shell Rock, Morgan Ike. And your Class 2A All-Tournament Team Captain, from Dallas Center-Grimes, Avery Korshing.
There is your all-tournament team, captain by Avery Korshing. And what an amazing team this is for 2A. Dallas Center-Grimes placing 4 on the all-tournament team. Waverly-Shell Rock make it 5 for Dallas Center-Grimes. Waverly-Shell Rock with 3 team members.
Yeah, deservedly so. But it's also nice to see Jojo Bice getting in there as well from the Norwalk Warriors. But Korshing definitely deserves to be the captain. Had an extremely good season, scoring 1 goal here today.
You had mentioned Jojo Bice heading up to Iowa State to play for the Cyclones. Big season for her, finishing, I believe, 2nd overall in goals scored this season. That's in all 3 classes, so congratulations to her. But when you think about it for DCG, this was a team that had a very balanced attack, and we saw that here again today.
Yeah, definitely so. Very, very well balanced. And you could see it. The viewers could see it. It was unbelievable.
Time now for the trophy presentations.
In addition to receiving medallions, each player will receive commemorative soccer balls provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Ladies and gentlemen, the Class 2A runner-up, Waverly-Shell Rock, and head coach Scott Shara. And your 2022 Class 2A champions, the Dallas Center-Grimes Mustangs, and head coach Dan James.
Congratulations to Dallas Center-Grimes winning their school's first ever state soccer championship. It's been a day of firsts here so far.
Yes, it has, absolutely. 2-0, close matchup, but in the end you could see just from the attacking forces that Dallas Center-Grimes Mustangs had, they were going to score eventually, and the first goal was an absolute worldie. I'm still thinking about it right now.
So the 1A and 2A championship are in the books. Now we have one remaining, the Class 3A championship. Join us at 3 o'clock. Dallas Center-Grimes, the 2A title winner, 2-0 over Waverly-Shell Rock. For Justin Borsters, I'm BJ Shaven. Tune in as Centennial of Ankeny takes on Abraham Lincoln. That starts at 3 o'clock here on Iowa PBS.
2A state championship game. Dallas Center-Grimes 2.
The Dallas Center-Grimes Mustangs in next place. James. The Dallas Center-Grimes Mustangs.
Funding provided by
You work hard to feed them well. That's why at Fairway, we're committed to our foundation of personalized service while treating our customers like family and valuing our employees. Fairway Meat and Grocery, that's what we're all about.
by Muscle Lighting, the sports lighting specialists, providing lighting systems for you, your project, and your community.
Small businesses are the backbone of Iowa's communities, and they are backed by Iowa banks. With advice, loans, and financial services, banks across Iowa are committed to showing small businesses the way to a stronger tomorrow. Learn more at iowabankers.com.